Gifberg or Poison Mountain Pass is a challenging gravel pass with two short tarred sections over the steepest sections that ascends the Matsikama mountain and connects the mountaintop farms of the Gifberg with Van Reinsdorp about 20 kilometers to the north. Besides being well off the beaten track, the pass offers outstanding views, hiking trails, sand rock art, wildflowers, rock pools and waterfalls in abundance. It's also the source of the P2203 river, which flows northwards through Van Reinsdorp. It is possible, once you've gained the summit, to follow the road to the east for approximately 18 kilometers of slow and convoluted driving over the mountain plateau and descend via the much smaller Oberg Pass and head back to Van Reinsdorp along the eastern side of the Matsikama mountain range. The Gifberg derives its name from the Gifboom, or poison tree, which is endemic to the area. Long ago, local sand hunters used the Gifboom to poison their arrow tips. The mountain is well known for the many Bushman paintings. The name of the Knarsvlakte, which is the huge plain that stretches from Van Reinsdorp to Bitterfontein, is accurate and clever. So called by the early settlers because of the sound the wheels of their wagons made as they crunched over the quartz gravel. Knars in Afrikaans is grit or grind, which conjures up the sound one hears when grinding one's teeth. The Gifberg has lush vegetation with a variety of plants, including a number of protea species. The mountain has many waterfalls, clear river pools, and beautiful rock formations with over 40 rock painting sites. This cutting in view now is a more recent addition, and the old pass can still be seen in the Google Earth animation above the left-hand side of the road. If you look up ahead, three prominent outcrops adorn the top of the mountain, which are each approximately 750 meters high. The road bends into the south for a few hundred meters, then curves around the side of a foothill, climbing steadily towards an S-bend where a large farm dam, fed by the Vido River, can be seen to the right and below the level of the road. The final 600 meters of the S-curve is tarred to assist with traction as the gradient is steep here. This is the first of two tarred sections on the northern ascent. The final corner of the S-bend reveals a hairpin into the southwest, but the radius is not that tight. At the outside corner of this bend is another lesser road leading off to the left to the farm Korenlandshoek. From here the gradient eases off a bit as the road curves around another foothill in a long left-hand curve, heading towards an obvious ravine in the mountain ahead. The mountains on the left loom ever larger, whilst on the far side of the ravine the distinct shape of the aptly named Spitzkop makes for a good photo opportunity. The gravel gives way to tar once more, and this is your cue that the very steep section of the pass is about to begin. We recommend selecting first gear at this point and remain in first gear all the way to the end of the tar. Keep your revs up and don't stall the engine. The road is also quite narrow here, and suddenly you're in the ravine with a small stream on the right-hand side. About halfway up, if you have the courage to stop and a good clutch for getting going again, you'll notice a small concrete and stone water crib on the left-hand side against the rock face, where a small trickle of pure mountain water keeps the crib topped up and fresh. The water is completely potable. Whilst this tarred section is quite extreme, it is fairly short at only 470 meters, and suddenly the gradient eases off considerably and the tar gives way to gravel once more. This is not the summit per se, but only the lip of the plateau. It is still some distance before the actual summit is reached. The road still follows the headwaters of the same stream, then makes a 90-degree turn to the right, followed in short order by another very sharp bend to the left. Here, in a small level section surrounded by weathered rocks and a copse of trees, is a tiny farmhouse called Die Kom. Immediately after this farm, the road bends 90 degrees to the right, then enters a sharp hairpin of 120 degrees. A short sandy climb follows, where the road summits at 600 meters above sea level at the point where the road forks. From the intersection at the summit, there are at least 4 different route options available. All of these route options are service roads to the farms in the area. We recommend taking the left-hand or eastern route option down the Oberg Pass and back to Van Reinsdorp.